Salvete omnes, salvete amici, nomen mihi est, Decimus Aurelius Ingeniarius. Hello there, everybody. Welcome to the next session of the Republic of Rome board game broadcast. I am Decimus Aurelius, and tonight, incredible, mixed feelings tonight. This may be our last night tonight of this marathon game that we have been playing since August of 2022. It's been a long time, a long journey, but the events have occurred which have set us on a path now towards the end. That path being, we've seen an automatic appointment of a consul for life. We have seen the Manus faction there, and Titus Autronius gained that appointment through Fabius, who's now sitting on a tidy 35 influence. And we are sitting at the turn 16 forum phase. So when we cross live into the playing area and see all our senators, we're going to crack straight on into the forum phase and move through tonight. So once we reach the end of the revolution phase tonight, that will be it. That will be the end of this marathon grand campaign, and we will end up saying goodbye. But let's get to that point when we get there. So we are now going to cross live, perhaps for the last time, into the virtual tabletop environment brought to us by Tabletop Simulator. So if you're watching live, don't go away. We'll be right back. All right, we're back into the live virtual tabletop environment, and everybody should be able to see all of our senators down the bottom of the screen there in various forms. Senators, let's have a salvete to everybody watching live.
Salvete.
Great. Everything's looking pretty good from my end. If you are watching us live, feel free to give us some feedback on audio or visuals if you see there's some problems. We will certainly very much appreciate that as we move into our last set of turns and phases here. So as you can see on the board, we are looking at the forum phase here. Now, who is our current highest ranking available official? That is still the Rome consul. We don't have a field consul right now. Now, just for the records, the consul for life is not an office, so that's why they don't rank as a HRAO, but that obviously that token will come in important later in the Senate phase. So we're going to be starting tonight with Numerius Aurelius. Numerius Aurelius, the usual 2d6 rolling for the initiative step, and we're seeing what number pops up here for you. Great. It's not a 7, so you get to draw from the deck. Go ahead and draw from the deck. Take that into your hand. Now, of course, we know that the consul for life is able to view the cards of other players, but otherwise we'll go from there. So, is that a faction card or a forum card there?
It's a red card.
Oh, okay. So you get to hang on to that for now. All right, let's crack on through the rest of your initiative steps here. Any persuasion attempts for you tonight?
No, thank you.
And let's. Who's going to have a go for a knight?
I think Manlius is looking a bit lonely over there.
Looks a bit lonely. All right. Any money for the cause?
Nah, no, thank you.
All right. Free roll. Here we go. Looking for a 6. Unlucky. No knights for him. Any sponsoring of any games today?
No, thank you.
Finally, any change of faction leader?
No, thank you.
Oh, quick and dirty.
Actually,
love that.
I don't have a faction leader, sorry. So.
Oh, would you like to assign your faction leader then? Go ahead.
I will assign over here.
Yeah, good.
Perfect.
Through to Marius.
Yep.
Gaius Marius there. Excellent. All right, let's go around to Titus Autronius. Titus Autronius, your final initiative, 2d6. Here we go. Looking for 7 or not. That is not a 7. Go ahead and draw from the deck as you normally would. Red text you will keep. Black text will come back out into the forum.
Yep. Up. That's black text, so it goes into the forum.
Another senator coming out into the fray. Aurelius. Yes. Aurelius. I think originally a patrician gens there of some stirps. So great to see Aurelius joining the fray. Let's see. Any persuasion attempts from you tonight?
No, not really. And I'll take a free Equites roll without investing any money with Fabius.
Sure, why not?
So that's a 1d6, right?
1d6, looking for a number 6 on that roll. It's complete opposite. That's sadly not the outcome we're looking for. Any sponsoring mini games today?
No, but I will look at the cards of Numerius Aurelius.
Sure. All right, so he'll just pass the cards across to your hand temporarily so you can have a look, and then you can pass them back when you finish having a bit of a spy.
I'll just
Yeah,
pop it on your
I think you
faction
can
and
even
you
drag it
pick
across
up.
yourself too.
Okay.
Yeah, you can actually take the card out of his hand and pop it into your play area, into your card
Okay.
area. You can have a look that way. There
I
you
got
go.
another one, so take that as well. Just take them.
While that's going
Just
on,
keep them. I don't need them.
I do have a senator that matches the family
Okay.
of
Oh, do
the
ya?
that we just drew.
Oh, great. So go throw that Aurelius underneath your faction card then. There we go. Good spotting.
Good spotting. Yep. And then I'm done.
Nice. No change of faction leader for you.
No, Fabius is still faction leader.
Fair enough. All right, let's go around to Appius Rufius. Appius Rufius, 2d6. Oh, I can roll that for you if you like, if your connection's a little bit bad. So let me roll that for you.
Yeah, thank you. If you could.
All right, one,
do it
two
for me.
dice. Let's see what it comes out to be. Okay, it is. You get to draw a card, so I'm going to pull that card. I'm going to drop it into your play area. Actually, I'm going to drop it into the console for life. Who's going to check it for you to see whether it's ready?
Yeah. Can do that.
Okay,
Anyway.
I hand that back.
Okay, so it's a red text card. That's cool. All right, you'll hang on to that. Let's see. Any persuasion attempts for you today?
No.
I guess you're going to go ahead and roll for a night then, I suppose. Now, can senators not in Rome roll for a night?
Yeah, you can't only roll for night if you're in Rome.
Yeah, and your character's not in Rome right now, so
Yeah, I'm not in
so
Rome.
he can't roll. Yeah, okay. Any sponsoring of any games?
The only thing I could sponsor games, but I don't even have enough money, right? Or what?
Yeah, no, that's true. You've only got 6 talents, I think, on his card,
Yeah.
and he'll be remaining as your faction leader. All right, that was nice and quick too.
Yeah.
All right, Tiberius Cornelius, 2d6 from you. All right, 3. You get to draw a card as well. So we haven't seen any war cards yet. Let's see if we can continue that trend. How is it, Tiberius Cornelius? You're on mute too if you're trying to talk. We'll give him a moment to.
Sorry, I just drew Cicero, which is nice.
Oh, there you go. Nice. All right, so now we get to continue with your moves. Any persuasion attempts from you today?
No, thank you.
Who's rolling for a night?
Copernicus.
Right, go ahead and roll your 1d6. Let's have a look at that. Unlucky there. Any sponsoring of any games?
No.
And any
Can
change
I
of
have a
faction?
peek at your cards?
Sure.
His console for life's going to have a quick view at your cards.
Okay, that
Cool.
goes back.
All right. And that'll conclude it. Okay, Mark Wedia, 2d6 when you're ready. Nice. Great. It's not a 7. Go ahead and draw a card from the deck. Lovely. Red text you keep. Black text will come back out to us. How is it, Mark Wedia? I think you're on mute. We can't hear you through your camera. Oh, yeah. It's a red text card. So it's a law card. So you keep that in your hand for the moment. And you could potentially play that later in the center phase. Any persuasion attempts from you today? Nope. And who's going to roll for a knight? Gesturing. Yes, good. Titus Sempronius. So go ahead. You've rolled your 1d6. Hey! He gets a knight. Well done. Grab a number marker. Put a number 1. There you go. Perfect. Fantastic effort. Any sponsoring of any games from you today? No, you're good. And any change of faction leader? Nah, you're all right as well. Not a problem. All right.
Okay,
Marcus
I have a
Decimus.
peek at your cards.
Yep. Console for Life's going to pick as your cards while Marcus Decimus does his roll. Now, that's an event. So we're now going to go to the event chart. Let me change my view. First of all, we come up here to the random events table. We are in the late Republic, so we're looking in the far right-hand column here, and we're going to now have a 3d6 from Marcus Decimus. So 3d6 Marcus Decimus when you're ready. Total is 12. It's Barbarian Raids. Oh, okay. This is interesting. If somebody wants to pull Barbarian Raids event out of the events deck for us and bring that into the forum, and we'll process that. On the right-hand side, Marcus Decimus looks to be on it. Titus Autronius. Somebody's having a look. We'll process the barbarian raids. Here it is there. All right, so I'm going to bring that across the middle, and we're going to have a bit of a read through this. Okay, barbarian raids. At the start of the next revenue phase, which we will sadly not get to see, the governor of each frontier province must make a raid roll, blah, blah, blah. As a result, an overrun province loses all income. So this is going to be a moot point because we're never going to reach it. But we know in the future of Rome, there's probably going to be some raids. So, okay, duly noted. Very good. But nice to know it's there. Okay, let's continue on with
Sorry, one question. Could you recheck my card in my hand, because I'm seeing another card. It's not a red text card, but maybe it's a flaw of the game. But could you recheck my
Titus Autronius, noting your privileges? If you'd like to look at his cards, please, for Appius Rufius. Just double check.
I think.
Is it really a red text card, or because I'm seeing a black text card?
The text is black, but the border is red. I think it's a red card, but
I'm pretty confident as well. Yeah, good. All right. Marcus Decimus, who's rolling for a night today? Or any persuasion attempts? I should ask you that question too, I suppose.
No persuasion attempts. I'll just roll for a night. I'll put my 5 talents towards it.
Okay, this is an auto. If you would like to roll anyway. Oh, that's pretty good. There you go. Grab him another knight to add to the pile for Aurelius there. Fantastic. Any sponsoring of any games today?
Yes, I will sponsor a game. Just trying to remember, what's the lowest one? Up here.
So if we go up to the table over here, that is the Slice and Dice for 7 talents, which will increase your popularity by 1 and reduce that unrest level there down to 0. So he's indeed going to do that?
Yep.
Great.
100%.
Right. Cool. So we've lost that unrest level. Thank you, Titus Autronius. Marcus Decimus has gained an additional popularity to the maximum of 9. Is that correct? You were on 8
correct.
before? Lovely. So don't forget to update that. And you, of course, you gave yourself your knight as well, which is great. Don't forget to deduct your 7 talents from his purse.
Already done.
Good. All right. And I think that brings us to the end of everybody's initiative. That's correct. Numerius Aurelius started us off there. So when we look at our cheat sheet over here, we now finish this putting Rome in order. So all senators holding a major office, can you please grab a major corruption marker, please? That's good. So all senators holding a major office will grab a major marker. And then we get to check for the Curia stuff here. So all of our major office holders, so the Rome consul's got his corruption marker. That does not include the consul for life, because that's not an office. Good. The censor's got his. Good. Everything else seems to be in order. Yeah, we've really only got a censor and a Rome consul at the moment. We don't have a dictator, don't have a field consul, we don't have a Pontifex Maximus. pretty light on. Okay, Rome consul under Numerius Aurelius. Let's head up to the Curia. We're going to do some rolling here now. We're going to go through the senators here, see if we can bring any back to the forum. So go ahead and roll 1d6. We're looking for a 5 or a 6 to revive them, starting with Junius. Here comes the first die. Great. So Junius is going to come back into the fold. Let's do it for Cassius. Roll again. Oh, look at that. Well done. Let's see. Oh, now that's a statesman who's died. He'll go to the discard pile. Terentius. Let's see if he can come back in as well. And unlucky. Terentius will stay. Let's see if Julius. Will Julius come back in? Give us another roll. No. Julius will not join us. Cornelius. Roll for Cornelius. Yes, Cornelius will join us. Sempronius. Will Sempronius join us? Yes, he will. Look at these rolls, people. Quinticus. Let's see if he joins us. And unlucky. He will not join us. All right, let's see if we can get rid of Rathus. of the Spanish revolts. Give him a roll. 5 or a 6 to send him off into oblivion. Oh, sadly not. All right, so he'll hang around in the courier as well. All right, can everybody update their vote tallies, please? Not that this is probably going to matter terribly much, but everybody make sure your vote tally is correct for senators in Rome, oratory plus knights. Only senators in Rome, oratory plus knights. Oratory plus knights, senators in Rome. Very good. Otherwise, I think we're okay. So Appius Rufius has no voting members because he's away. All right, we're now going to bring ourselves into the population phase. Last population phase we're ever going to have. So looking in the population phase on the cheat table over here, we're going to adjust the unrest level. So +1 for every drought and all unprosecuted wars. So who would like to give me the tally?
That's 2 unprosecuted wars and how many droughts?
2 drought effects.
So I've got a 3. Does anybody disagree with me?
2 drought effects?
Yes, there is another drought effect here. Now, when did that drought effect come in? Should we have wiped that at the start of the mortality phase? I think we were supposed to. Yeah, because that's an old event, correct? Yeah, so that can go back. We didn't do our due diligence in getting rid of that previous event token. So, yeah, still just the 1. Did we process our Allied Enthusiasm 2 during the revenue phase? I don't think we did. 50 talents to the, in the state revenue. So that was from previous event. Can somebody add 50 talents to the state treasury? And we'll pop that away as well. Look at us. We're not haven't been doing our due diligence. There we go. All right. Now that that's processed. Yeah, 3. So the unrest level is going to go to 3. If somebody would like to adjust that. 1, 2, 3. Good. And now we're going to do our usual here, is have our State of the Republic address presented tonight under Numerius Aurelius with his Rome consul, Senator Gaius Marius. Over to you, Numerius Aurelius, for our final State of the Republic address.
Hello, my fellow Romans. I come to you today, my final address in the grave tidings that democracy has been destroyed in Rome. I hope that we can have a peaceful transition and noting the good fortune that Rome has had in our victories thus far. I hope that we can continue into the future and that the people will remain on the side of Rome, as it is bigger than any one person and any group. Onwards and upwards. Thank you all.
Thank you, Rome Consul. Thank you. That's yes. As we move into the empire, the day democracy died. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and do our State of the Republic address here. So we're going to be noting the popularity of 7 here, of course. We can actually pre-work out some of our changes. So remember, it's going to be a 3d6 roll. We're going to take the Rome Consul's popularity minus the unrest level. So 7, 6, 5, 4. So we're going to add a +4 to the 3d6 roll, and then we will check that on the population table. So let's go change our view to the State of the Republic table, and 3d6 when you're ready there, Rome Consul. 3 + 4. Wow. We're going to add 7. So we're going to add 3 to the unrest level, and we're going to get a manpower shortage. Do I read that correctly, everybody?
So
I got to roll 3 dice, don't I?
Yeah. Sorry, how many did you roll?
For some reason, it only let me roll 1 at a time, so it was 3, a 6, and a 6.
Try do 3. Try do
okay.
all 3 for me. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Let's look at this. Will be a better result. Here we go. 3. That's a better number. 14 + 4, so we're going to get 18. The crowd loves it. It's they love the direction of where this government is going. We're going to wipe that unrest level and back on the board, and that will bring us to the Senate phase. So for those playing along at home, just a brief outline here. I guess the players still have some sort of level of autonomy and speech, I guess, but this part of the game, now that we have a Consul for Life nomination, Consul for Life appointee, under Fabius and Titus Autronius. Titus Autronius pretty much speaks for everybody here. So he'll present the nominations, he'll run the voting. Well, rather the Rome Consul still call for votes, but the votes are going to be called for by the Consul for Life. So there's still some procedure that is still being run by some of the players, but otherwise the decision making is more or less happening from the Consul for Life nomination here. This is quite interesting. Certainly haven't been through this part of the phase in the game before. But otherwise, let's step it through. We've still got some mandatory things we still need to do in the Senate phase, and we'll bring our view over to the cheat sheet here, and it always starts with an election of consul. So let's send it away. Let's see what happens. I guess a lot of the speaking is going to be done by the consul for life. So over to you, Titus Autronius.
Yeah, I'm looking at young people to be able to be consuled. So I think I'm gonna propose Publius Cornelius Scipio Aemilianus Africanus as the military as the field consul, and Tiberius Sempronius Gracchus as the Rome consul.
All right. Very good. And I guess we still get the privilege of the Rome consul to call for votes on this proposal. Numerus Aurelius, would you like to call for the votes of our various factions?
Yes, apologies. All right, so I will start with the Menace faction. How will you vote on this proposal?
I'm obviously voting in favor.
Mm-hmm. I will skip the. Well, I'll ask the Luna faction how they vote as well.
Luna can also vote yes.
He can't vote because he's out of Rome, so 0 votes there for the Luna faction.
I will then ask the Corona faction for their votes.
Consul for life.
They can vote yes.
They'll vote yes. All right.
Aquila faction.
Votes yes. Okay.
Solus faction.
Votes yes.
And Palmer faction.
Votes yes.
All right.
So
that proposal passes.
See, I love democracy.
Democracy died. In fact, look.
All right. Can we make sure that the previous consul gets a consul for life marker? Actually, I can grab that for you. I'm right here. There we go. Who is our new Rome consul there? Consul for life?
Rome consul is Titus Sempronius Gracchus.
Good. There you go. Mark, if you want to add the influence to Gracchus over there. And for you, Tiberius Cornelius, you want to add the influence for your new field consul. All right. Election of Pontifex Maximus needs to occur.
All right. Consul for life. Who will you be selecting?
I'm gonna propose Calpurnius as a Pontifex Maximus.
All right, let's call for some votes. Go through the motions.
So Rome consul can call for the votes. That's with Noella.
Yeah, she's out of audio, but otherwise, I think we're going to allow this to pass. Is that correct? Consul for life, so we can speed that part up. There we go. So we do have a new Pontifex Maximus. So be sure that Pontifex Maximus Tiberius Cornelius gets his new influence there. Excellent. Very good. And then for those playing at home, we go back over to our cheat sheet over here. Do we need a dictator there, Titus Autronius?
Nah, but we have a consul for life. We don't need a dictator.
Yeah, we've already got one.
Just maximize your military might.
Yeah,
let's go ahead. Who's going to be our censor?
Our censor, well, we can Kaya Let me have a look.
How did our
The censor can be an elder, right?
the what? Sorry.
The censor can be an elder, right? He doesn't
Yes,
have
the
to
censor can be an elder. That is correct. I want to curious to know, how did our current censor come outside of Rome? Because the censor can't be voted as a governor. But I don't know. That's in the past now. That's fine.
I'm gonna nominate Aurelius up here for a censor.
All right. Any objections from the floor? No. Good. We've got a new censor there. Cool. So when we have don't forget to add your influence there, Marco Edia. Now, is there going to be any prosecutions there, Console for Life?
No, we are good.
So I guess theoretically, passing the Imperium and the Fascus back to the Rome Consul, we can move on to the next phase, which is the governorships. We need to deal with governorships, and we can come up here to the forum. We've got 3 that need assignment. So where are they going today, Console for Life?
They need to not be elder, or can they be elder?
No, they can't be elder. Yeah, so we need to find some young'uns potentially. Do we have any?
I think not.
I've got one over in Marco Edia's faction. There's one there. And I think we can, when we get to the point where we've run out of senators, I guess we can point us governors from the forum as well. So the unaligned senators.
So then I would I'm gonna assign Hispania Citerior to Lucius Aemilius Paulus Macedonicus here from Villanueva.
Yep. Okay. Good. There's one there. All right.
Hispania Citerior.
Right. Yep. There's one.
And then the other 2 needed to come out from the photos. Let's assign them to like Cecilia to Cornelius and Creta to Sempronius.
Great. All right. Governorships assigned. Excellent. All right. Now with the that was all very quick. Look how speedy democracy is when there's single person in charge. So we now come, I guess, to the open part of the Senate where any other business can occur, assignments of forces, etc. So I guess I'll note for the record that we're still only got 2 active wars here. So I guess in theory we don't need to technically fight any wars to move through to the end of the game here. Is there anything else you want to see happen, Console for Life, while we're here?
Yeah, I'm gonna send the field consul with 3 legions and 3 fleets to the Pergamene bequest.
Oh, the Pergamene bequest, yeah, right.
And I think then that's it.
Okay, so the state gains 50 talents in the revenue phase. If in the prior center phase, okay, this center phase, the field consul with 3 legions, 3 fleets are sent to retrieve it. Creates the province of Asia at the start of the next forum phase if collected. That's lovely. All right, so assigning the 3 fleets and the 3 legions of choice here, and the field consul off to go collect the bequest from Tiberius Cornelius' faction. Very good. Very good. And did I hear that the intent is now to close the meeting? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, because like the Macedonian war would need to be dealt with if we were playing one more turn, but since we are not playing one more turn, I think we can move on.
Right. All right. Well, that concludes the Senate phase. I didn't move that on before. Now we move into the combat phase, but we don't have a combat phase because we didn't send any other forces to take on those Macedonian wars. So we get to escape that war aging out because we're moving towards the end of the game now. And now we can move on to our final phase in our final turn, the revolution phase. So as we go through the motions, we look at our cheat sheet over here. Of course, all players can freely trade cards from their hands. I don't think there's much strategy left involved here.
No.
And I can probably safely say that nobody's needs to trade any cards here for the moment. Of course, there's still an opportunity for players to play concessions or statements from their hands. So I will ask the question going around, starting with our Rome console, which I believe is over in Mark Weddy's faction. Mark Weddy, would you like to play any cards from your hand? No, you're all good. Marcus Decimus, any cards from your hand? No. Numerous Aurelius, any cards from your hand?
I can just play a law card, right?
That has to be done in the Senate phase.
Oh damn! Can I just put this one? Can I just put this one on the table? It'll be very funny
we
when
can
you
have
guys
a look.
when
We
you
can
guys
have a
read
look.
it.
Which one was it here? Right.
I just drew it this turn.
So
Yeah,
you just drew it, did
when
you?
I was already appointed.
We needed that before. So
Yeah, one turn ago would have been good.
I'm sure I remember you playing it last turn. Who agrees?
so
I do have a question though.
Yeah.
I do have a question though. If this, if we would have played with the normal rules where you can play the cards, right? You could play a law card without voting and so on.
Yep.
And this is something which the players could still do. How would it affect then now the win condition? Would it still affect the?
It wouldn't change because, well, I would argue because the condition was met prior to this law coming out. This is an interesting question that you ask.
Yeah.
So it says hereafter, no player can be appointed consul for life, but that doesn't preclude a previously automatically appointed consul for life. So I would argue that you still have a consul for life. Now, of course, the law scholars can certainly debate me on that, but I feel that even though this card has come out now, I still don't think it's changed the circumstance.
Well, let's put that to the vote. Let's have actual democracy.
Right. So if we had seen this, say, a turn before, played it out, we would, yes, we wouldn't have an automatic consul for life appointment. Therefore, the only way you could get a consul for life is through a vote. Of course, the vote can still be dangerous, noting that influence can be added to the vote in favour of that particular nomination. Yeah. So very interesting. All right. Continuing our trek around. Titus Latronius, any cards from you from your hand?
Yeah, I don't have cards to play, so.
Okay. Appius Rufus, did you want to play anything from your hand?
No.
Tiberius Cornelius, anything from your hand? Nope. Mark Weddy, you were right, weren't you? You're right. Nothing from your hand. Okay, good. Now, nobody has more than 5 cards. Again, not that that's a problem because we're towards the end of the game here. Now, of course, we could ask for declaration of rebellion, but I guess at this point it would be mute because when we hit that end of turn, we're probably going to see a winner, as we will see here, which is that check for victory conditions. So let's check on the key things. The number one, the treasury is still positive. We need to make sure that the treasury is positive in order for the game to continue, and we can clearly see that as a healthy 144 talents in there. The next thing we need to check is that active wars, although that was really checked at the end of the combat phase. So if there was 4 or more active wars at the end of the combat phase, all players would have lost. But here we only have the 2 active wars, which is the stacked 3rd and 4th Macedonian war there. So that's certainly not a problem. Obviously the unrest level is not a concern necessarily in the revolution phase. That unrest level is really only concerned during that population phase when we're determining changes, etc. But right now the unrest level is 0 anyway. And outside of that, we do have somebody who has the Consul for Life token, which is our relatively newest member who took over from our previous player there, and Titus Latronius. So it is at this stage with both sincere congratulations and pride, but also a little bit of a tear as we draw to the end. Congratulations to Titus Latronius for winning our Republic of Rome board game broadcast. Congratulations. And great, we remember.
Congratulations.
Limis inter pares. A fantastic effort for us to get through here. So was it 16 turns nearly probably 65, 70 hours of gameplay. I'd have to do the final calculations. We can run it on YouTube to get through all that. Yes, since August of 2022, we started this. The intent was about an hour every Sunday. Of course, we never hit every week because of life happening all over the place. But yeah, we've made it through to the end. I just want to say to all of my senators here, my players online, thank you. Gracias, Bobasago. Thank you so much for accompanying me on this journey and putting in all the effort and the inspirational speeches along the way. I have truly, really enjoyed this, and to facilitate has been my utmost privilege. And I thank you all for keeping it going as long as you did. But I think it's appropriate that we do come to an end, and all good things must come to an end, right? And certainly for those that don't know, I'm moving from Australia to Italy for the next 3 years. So I will be departing towards the end of this year. And so, yes, it would be a little bit more difficult for me to continue on once I've moved country. So I'm going to see the Roman motherland for some time, which is absolutely exciting. So it's nice. This is a nice time to finish this extraordinarily large series. I'd like to thank all the Roman gods for their support along the way. And of course, I'd like to thank the authors of this mod pack, I guess, that laid the foundation of us to be able to play this on the tabletop simulator. Certainly without this modular add-on downloaded from the workshop of Tabletop Simulator from Steam, certainly we wouldn't get this really visually appealing forum to play in, which is great. But otherwise, thank you all so much for all of your individual contributions. And of course, thank you to our spectators who have watched us along the series, both either live or on YouTube. I guess without your support, without your Prime subs, without your chat comments and motivating us along, it may have been just that slightly more boring. But certainly it's been great. So, look, I will still probably do a little bit of a recap like I normally do. But for now, I'm going to let my senators disappear. So for those watching live...
One more thing. Thank you for organizing.
Yeah, thank you, Beckman.
Thank you for organizing this.
Organizing and
gracias.
explaining it all
so much. Brilliant. Yeah, one final round of applause and a
Well done
from all of our senators. Absolutely
well
fantastic. All right, if you're watching live, don't go away. We'll be right back. Stand by. There we are. We're in the final debrief of our Republic of Rome board game broadcast. I think this is session 26. I think our 26th episode, which is turn 16 on the board. And how many years, since August of 2022 we've been playing. Wow. I tell you what, I couldn't say I've never played another board game for so long. This has been nearly 65, maybe 70 hours. I'll just have to go back and double check. Probably not that long, maybe about 60, 65 hours. Look, the digital environment does slow things down a little bit, but there is this group has been so passionate and so enthusiastic and really playing into those role-playing elements of the game, which is absolutely what I really, really enjoy. People get into the ethos and the personality of their senators and play into the parts, and that's what really makes this game, I think. And for those games that I've hosted both physically and online in the past, that's what really makes this game. Again, if you're still not sure about this game is produced by Valley Games, published in 2009. There was an earlier version produced by Avalon Hill prior to that. And there's certainly still a lively community online, particularly connected through BoardGameGeek.com. And there's a living rule set, which is what we've been using, where they continue to revise the rules and make sure the clarity is provided. And we've certainly had some of those rules experts, like Alan, who's been watching our sessions and providing feedback to myself and the team to make sure that we stay on track and stay as true to the rules as possible. Look, there is a level of complexity to this board game. There is a lot of rules there to take note of, and in part that is why I sit purely as a facilitator, as a game master for these games, so that the players themselves can just purely focus on the strategy and what they want to do, and looking after their senators and their money and their faction treasuries. I think in terms of streaming this game, it's gone relatively well. There's only one episode which we had a bit of a failure on, and I didn't upload. So through the history, there's actually sort of 27 sessions, but we've only got 26 uploaded. We lost one, but that's okay. The game itself here physically continued on normally. And look, I was very impressed with Tabletop Simulator in terms of virtual tabletop environments. This is quite good. Previously, in previous iterations of this game, I've used Roll20, and Roll20 is not bad. It is not as fluid, I think, as virtual tabletop simulator here. There's a lot of good things about how this runs. It's fairly clean. The interaction with the tokens is quite nice. The ability to put some shadowing on our map board and then reveal that in peacetime as the provinces are revealed is excellent. The three-dimensional elements is what's really nice. To be able to move your camera around quite freely. I've really enjoyed it. It's been good. So yeah, have a look for that Republic of Rome module. For those who've got the virtual tabletop simulator, download it. The mod has been updated since we started this game. There's been some changes. And certainly myself, I added some things to that module myself for the little tweaks and bits and pieces that I like to do in the game. There's influence tracks you can add. I did these non-canon military medals that the senators could earn that could be added in. Your vote tally trackers, some of your cheat sheets specifically that I have tweaked and generated in the past is what we've been using. But yeah, in terms of being able to play with people from around the world and Germany and other places throughout Australia and up in Queensland and in Sydney, and it just makes it really good, and the connections have been pretty good most of the time. If somebody's got a relatively stable internet connection at home, it doesn't matter where they're joining from the world. It's been able to handle that pretty comfortably, which is great. Look, we walk away tonight. With sometimes a bit of a relief because that is quite an epic game, but also a bit of sadness. That was something we would have liked to have seen to the bitter end, to the end of era turn card. That you can that signifies the end of the game. Would have been nice to see that, but that's okay. We've seen a full resolution of this game. We saw obviously one of our players we had to swap out because they moved multiple time zones and it was going to be difficult for them to play. And we saw Titus Autronius come in and replace him. And yes, how fortuitous that our newest player ends up winning and taking away the grand prize there. Would it have been nice if all the players won, get to the end of the era? But, the rules demand that there is a winner at some point. And hey, to get the console for life, which is the first I've seen, I think, in any of the games I've hosted. I don't know. I'm trying to recall back. I'd have to go back through the archives and seeing how the wins have occurred. Most of the time I've seen all players lose, particularly during that early Republic, which is quite punishing. The early Republic is a very punishing time. Some of those early Punic war cards, all those war cards, minimal senators on the board, it can be difficult. And certainly you see a different sort of game evolve once you hit that middle and late Republic. It all becomes very personalized. People are already focusing on that popularity and that influence to get ahead. Well, look, I think that's enough from me for now. Look, if you're interested in all things ancient Rome, please, we welcome you to join us in the Nova Roman community online. If you look up novaroma.org, you can register for free, become a citizen or member of Nova Roma. Nova Roma is a not-for-profit based out of the state of Maine in the United States, but it is found globally. Nova Roma is found through the United Kingdom, Italy, through Eastern Europe in particular. It's found through Brazil, and of course in Australia, where I'm currently broadcasting from. And Nova Roma offers multiple different activities and venues and communities, depending on what you're looking for, whether you're in for academic studies, sharing of discussions and interests, learning Latin, for example, if you're interested in the cultus deorum or the religio romana, the Roman religion of ancient Rome. Nova Roma certainly has that for you as well. And of course, our community does things like this, Roman-influenced activities like the Republic of Rome board game broadcast. Well, I think that's it for the final time. I will say farewell. I'll say walete. I am Decimus Aurelius Ingeniarius. I hope one day I'll see you around the forums of Nova Roma online through novaroma.org. And until then, with a little bit of sadness and also happiness, walete. Walete.